besties, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Alice, and I thought today we could have a very bookish day. I mean, I feel like I usually have a very book-surrounded day because I read or try and read every day. But today we're gonna go to the bookstore. I'm also watching a show based on the book that I'm reading. So I feel like we can have a very bookish day. I'll show you some of the books that I've gotten recently. I like books, you like books, so why wouldn't we have the perfect bookish day? So right now I'm waiting for my coffee to finish brewing, and then we're just gonna have a chill morning while we read. I'll show you in a minute the books that I'm reading. I'm very excited about both of them, so I'll tell you all about it. Also, complete parentheses, but you might have seen that I always wear, well, my favorite pajamas are the ones that my mom got me, and they have little bears on them and they're winter bears. But Hollister came out with like their summer version, and you guys, I had to get it. It's literally a summer, I don't know if you can see it, I'll try and do a close-up when I take it off. It's literally summer bears, and there is books. I don't know if I think it's more like a journal, but I thought that was still really cute. And there's a little breakfast and flowers, so I love them. But when I take them off, I'll do a little close-up so that you guys can see them, because they are so cute. I literally saw them and I was like, I immediately need them, because the winter ones are my favorite pajamas ever. So I was like, perfect, I'll have one for autumn, winter, one for spring, summer. Let me go make my coffee and then I'll show you the books that I'm reading. My coffee, and this is my first iced coffee in probably months. There was one time that I did one in like February because I was a bit delusional and I was like, oh my goodness, like heat is coming, it was all a lie. But now, well, I say that and tomorrow's gonna be like 15 degrees, but anyways, it feels hot inside, so I'm gonna have an iced coffee and I'm so excited about it. I do love iced coffees. Let's chat about the books I'm reading, and then I will get actually to reading. Number one, I'm reading Great Big Beautiful Life by Emily Henry. I haven't read all of Emily Henry's books. I've only read Funny Story, Happy Place, and Book Lovers. Funny Story and Happy Place I loved. Happy Place is my favorite one, and then Book Lovers. I know Book Lovers has like such a hardcore fandom, but I didn't love the story. It just wasn't for me. I don't know what it was about it, but I just didn't enjoy it. Maybe one day I need to reread it and like revisit as to, you know, why, but I don't know. There was just something for me that wasn't there. Now this one, I am really enjoying. First of all, the colors of the cover, like the sunrise, well, I don't know if it's sunrise or sunset. I would maybe assume it's sunrise, well, maybe a mixture of both. Anyways, the colors are absolutely stunning. I really love the name because I love a book that talks about the meaning and the time that we have in life. I love that so much because it's something I think about constantly. You know, in Hamilton, that he's like, how do you write like tomorrow won't arrive? How do you write like you need it to survive? And it's like he's running out of time, and all of this concept, like I love that, like that we live in time concept. Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, like I love when people talk about life and what we do with it. I find that fascinating, and it's something that I think about a lot. And that's why I love the title. With that said, I don't know where I heard that this book was about two screenwriters in Hollywood. Completely wrong. I don't know where I heard that, but in my head I even told Harry like, oh, I'm about to read this book about two screenwriters. I had never read a book about screenwriters, but I studied film, so I was like, that's gonna be so cool, like, you know, see what happens. Literally could not be any more different. Well, it is about two people who are writers, but literally so different. So the story follows two journalists who want to write a biography of this lady that has disappeared 20 years ago. Our main character tracks her down, and she wants to convince her to be the one to write her biography. You know, she's like, bestie, I'm your woman for the job. I will be so good at this. I found you when nobody else could find you. Give me the job, like you can trust me. And this family that they're trying to get the story of, they were kind of like the media family starting in the 1800s, and they were just this iconic family that manipulated media to kind of, you know, use it to their advantage. So it's kind of like what actually happened, because nobody knows. Of course we know the headlines, we know just the kind of the gist of it and the drama that they wanted you to know, but what did actually happen and what was it like growing up as part of that family. So they want the real story, but the lady's like, listen, this is the first time I'm speaking up. There's this other writer that's really good, so you guys are gonna have to compete, well, not compete, but like prove yourselves for a whole month, and then I'll pick one of you. And that's pretty much the premise of it. So they're both, you know, what's her name actually? I forgot. Alice. Okay, completely forgot her name. So yeah, Alice, and what's his name? Oh my god, I was just reading. Literally cannot find his name. Hayden. Literally his name is Hayden something, and I keep thinking of Anakin Skywalker. Anyways, I should have remembered it because of that. But anyways, Hayden and Alice. So they're kind of competing with each other, but of course there is a vibe there, so we need to see where this leads. I did see that this is the least romantic book that Emily Henry has done, and I can definitely see that because we are like, there are certain chapters that we go back in time to hear this lady's story, so we are kind of following two stories at the same time. It's giving the longest ride in some parts of it, you know, when we like go see the backstory of the older gentleman. So I think it's kind of giving those sort of vibes in my head. I haven't read that book, but I've seen the movie plenty of times because who doesn't love The Longest Ride? So anyways, those are the vibes it's giving so far. I do like the old Hollywood aesthetic that it's presenting. I can see that this could be a very aesthetically pleasing film. I think, yeah, going off the old Hollywood vibes, but then this small town in Georgia, beach vibes, I think combined it could give like a cool La La Land film, and like I feel like it could be very artistic. We'll see. I don't know. I think all of her books are being movie adaptations, so I'm sure we'll find out in the next couple of years what they do with it. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not obsessed, but I'm enjoying it. I'm just having a hard time being invested in the second story. Like, I'm really intrigued about it, but when we're reading it, I'm like, just sum it up for me, please. So I'm kind of hoping to be invested the more I go, but I'm on page 185 so far. That's enough chatter of that book. I'm also reading Heartstopper series. You might have seen that in my last vlog. I made it to volume 5, you guys, which I devoured. I devoured these books, and I'm so sad to be in volume 5. I did Google, and it says that there is gonna be one more volume, so I'm really excited about that. And I saw that they announced a Heartstopper film. I haven't clicked on it. I don't know what part it's gonna follow. I want to do it when I finish watching the show, but that's the show we're gonna watch tonight. I'm currently on season 2. I think I literally just started it last night. I'm enjoying this book so much, and it kind of took me by surprise because it started, I mean, of course it does deal with bullying a lot, but then in the 4th book it deals a lot with mental health, which I thought was so good. And again, it brings up really, really important subjects. So again, trigger warnings if you are somebody that looks those up. I would definitely read about those, but it was, I really enjoyed that, and I like that they brought up some good subjects or important subjects that need to be talked about. But I'm loving their story, and honestly the way it's told and drawn, like I said, this is my first graphic novel, so I literally have nothing to compare it to, but I am really, really enjoying it. I love the way it's done, their little expressions and everything. So I'm just so happy that I finally picked it up. And then I've been watching the show, and I had never done this of like, because I just had never had the chance. Most of the books I've read are either because I watched the movie or books that I got off like TikTok or BookTube, and none of them have been made into films. Like, I keep looking over there, but I don't think I've read a book that has been turned into a film. I mean, it will happen now with Emily Henry. It hasn't happened to me before, so I'm like really enjoying seeing the differences. And there's certain characters. There's one specific character that is not in the books that she shows up in the series, and I'm so curious as to why they brought her in. She definitely helps in certain story lines, and she pushes the plot forward. So I was like, maybe they were missing that element because of course this is very quick, and maybe they needed to make it longer on the show. So I don't know, I'm just very, very curious as to why they make those choices, and it makes me so intrigued. But I'm really, really enjoying both the show and the books. They're just, yeah, they're different, but I'm really enjoying like looking at those little differences. It's been really fun. Been yapping. You're probably already bored and have already clicked on. I'm gonna go read for a little bit, and then we're gonna go into Cambridge and go visit probably Waterstones, because I love Waterstones. Second step in our little bookish day. Now it turns out we're not going to go into Cambridge because we're also wanting to look at rings for our wedding because it is coming up. So that was the plan. We were going to go into Cambridge, look at rings, and also go to the bookstore and all that good stuff. But turns out there is like a railway replacement bus, which means it would take like triple the time to get into Cambridge, and we could drive in there, but the parking is so expensive. So we've decided to go to where we used to live, the little town where we used to live, that they have a really nice ring shop, which is where Harry had my ring made. So we're gonna go in there, and that's also where the market was that we used to go all the time. So if it's still open, which I'm assuming it is because it's only like 11, we're gonna try and get a donut or something there. So I'm really excited. So now I'm gonna put on a cute little outfit. I think that's like another part of a bookish day. If you're going to the bookstore, we gotta put a cute little outfit. Like it's just part of the fun. So I don't know what the weather's like outside, but it does look very nice. So I'm gonna try and wear a dress because I've been trying to wear a dress for so long, but every time I'm like, oh, it's just gonna be too cold. But today we're gonna make the executive call and we're gonna go and wear a dress. But there is also an independent bookstore, so we won't be going to Waterstones anymore, but there is a small bookstore, independent bookstore, that is in that town. So we're gonna go in there as well. So hopefully a snack, hopefully look at rings and go to the bookstore. But first, let's put on a cute little outfit. Okay, besties, I'm ready, so we'll do a little OOTD. I have this green dress from Hollister. I literally got it on their sales for like £9, and I was really pleased with this. It's just like a little dress. It has pockets and shorts underneath. Then I have my yellow bagu, and then I'm wearing these new sandals that I got. I really wanted, because I love my Birks, like the clog ones. I literally think they're so comfy. And I didn't have any like not platform sandals, and I wanted something like more casual to wear to things like just every day, and I thought these were perfect. They were having also a sale, so I have those now, and that's gonna be my little outfit. I think I'm gonna grab a green jacket just in case because it's the UK, but we're gonna go now. What do we think? Is that your OOTD?
Yep, matching with you.
Oh yeah. We just made it back, and I ended up not getting anything to eat because literally they didn't have any donuts at that place, and then there was another place that is like a bakery, and they were literally out of almost anything, and we were finished with the ring stuff by like 12, so I'm guessing it was just a little too late. We did go to look at rings, and they were a lot more expensive than we expected, so we need to like kind of think about what we really want to do, what we want to, you know, kind of spend. So there's just, we need to think about some things, but we did see some lovely rings. They were actually stunning. So I saw some stuff that we liked, but that was really good. Now I'm gonna change again to put on some more comfy clothes, and we're gonna go for a bit of a walk now, and then probably just hunker down, have a shower, and stay cozy for the rest of the day. I think that's the plan. I want to have some cake because I baked some, now that I didn't get to have my donut, I had baked some cake with like dulce de leche and stuff, so I really want to have that, but I don't know if I should have it now or after my walk. Can't decide. Now, continuing on our bookish day, I literally just have been watching Heartstopper for the last couple hours, and I'm really enjoying it. But I did get a delivery of this book. I have not read this book. I know nothing of this series. I think it's called the Silver Pines series, but I saw this cover. I gotta show you guys. I saw this cover on a girl's story, and I literally ran to get it. This is the US cover, so I did order it from Blackwell's, but I just really wanted this copy, and then I'll order the rest like in the UK edition. I don't mind, but I just really wanted this one, and I was really struggling to where to put it, and I think you can kind of see my cowboy romance shelf down here. And I have the Blue Ranch series here, and then all of Elsie. And I feel a bit bad cutting up Elsie because I love her books, and I don't even know if I will like this, but the cover is so cute to not like broadcast it or show it. So I did I did separate them, but that I'm sure that eventually when we get either more books or maybe I'll put these up and then I can switch that up. But for now, nobody needs to know that they're, you know, that Elsie's books have been separated. We're just gonna pretend that it's all okay. And if it keeps bothering me, I'll just switch it back. But it's just so cute not to show people the cute cowboy boots. And then I did say I was going to show you the other books that I got the other day. I've been really wanting to read The Hunger Games, and recently there have been these new editions that came out. I ordered these off of Waterstones and I'm so excited, you guys. First of all, look at the covers of them. I'm a huge Hunger Games girly, but I just never read the books, and I heard they are so good. But also I really want to read Haymitch's book. I know people say that you do have to read the Ballad of the Songbirds and Snakes, or however that one is called, and I didn't really want to because I didn't love the film. If you gotta read it, I'm gonna read it, so I will. But first of all, I wanted to start with these. But look at this part. Sprayed edges. I think this is probably the first sprayed edges books I've ever owned. I think so. I'm so excited. They also feel really nicely. Like, I don't know if you guys are like you know how your book feels, and these feel really nice. But I'm really excited to start these. I'm probably gonna start them after my Emily Henry book, and I'm literally so excited. And they are absolutely stunning. I kept thinking if they ran out of stock and I had to buy the regular edition, I knew I was gonna regret it. So I was like, I'm just gonna do it, because if they run out, I'm seriously gonna regret it. So I'm glad I got these. So now, honestly, it is starting to like fill up quite a bit, the bookshelf, which I'm really excited about, which is crazy because we just put everything on there. There's still some room, like there's little nooks here and there that we can put things. We are filling it up and it makes me so happy. And honestly, you guys, when people come into the house, they compliment the bookshelf and it literally makes my whole day. I'm like, yep, that's my pride and joy. Everything I've worked for, literally that's it. That's all I want. Those are my new books that I've gotten, and I'm really excited about them.
17, 15, 32, service to right.
Besties, it is the next day. Honestly, I don't know how much I filmed, so hopefully this video won't be too short, but I've had the best time reading. I finished both of these today and I'm so excited to tell you my thoughts. But first of all, I kept going with the Heartstopper series as well last night. I made it to season 3. I am obsessed with the series, you guys. Everything about it is so good, and this is the second thing I've seen Kit Connor like work in. The first thing was Warfare. I saw that recently, and now I'm seeing this, and he's so good. Like, he is such a good actor. I'm so excited to keep watching the series. I don't really know if this volume made it into that one or if it's gonna be like a combined of 5 and then when 6 comes, because volume 6 isn't even out yet. So anyways, I'm just intrigued to like understand the whole lore and what's happening after. But again, I don't want any spoilers. I mean, I know I've technically already read what happens, but like some things change in the series, so I don't really want to get any spoilers of what happens in the series. But I'm really excited. First of all, on Great Big Beautiful Life, I think I'm gonna end up rating this like a 3.5. I think her writing is so beautiful. I think she has a beautiful way to describe life. I think something she does really well is usually giving books like a time limit. And I think one thing they told us in school was like, when you add, you know, a time bomb, it makes the stakes all that higher. And you know, I don't remember about Book Lovers, but I remember Funny Story has a time limit, and then Happy Place also kind of has like, you know, the summer timeline. And this one of course has the 1 month trial, so I think that always adds a little bit of stake. So I think that's a nice element that she likes to add in. I think the story was really good. There were like a couple things that I didn't fully predict, but I like had tiny kind of inklings about, but it was nice to not, you know, predict how everything wraps up. I think that was really nice, and I really enjoyed both stories. But I think the biggest thing for me was that I didn't connect with either of the stories that much. I like to be invested. I like to think the people in here are my besties, and sadly I just didn't get that feeling. I like to feel connected to them, and I just didn't feel that, and it makes me quite sad because I think the story was really good. I think the writing was amazing, but I just didn't feel that connection with the characters. So I think for me, this just wasn't my favorite read. I still like Happy Place and Funny Story more. I do think this is gonna be a great TV like adaptation because I think the visuals could be so good. And also, that's the thing I love about Emily Henry, the way she describes places. I completely can see where we are, what we're doing. Like I can see everything, but she doesn't like linger a lot on descriptions. Sometimes I like descriptions of a place, but I think, for example, in fantasy books, sometimes I get a little bit kind of over it because I'm like, I'm just gonna picture whatever I want. Like, you can guide me, but in the end it's just gonna be interpreted however it wants to be interpreted up in my brain. So I think she does the right amount of description, so I really enjoy that. So I enjoyed it. I just don't think it was my personal favorite one just because of my connection to the characters, but writing wise I think it was so good. And I definitely recommend if you like kind of fiction with a little bit of romance, and then also I would say a little bit of I wouldn't say mystery, but like intrigue, because it's not like a, you know, a mystery of like what happened, but we're trying to find out about this person's life, and there's so many secrets that we don't know. So if you like that sort of suspense, I would recommend. And I say kind of, you know, mystery and suspense, like it's not actually like about somebody's death and stuff, it's just like what happened to these people. And then Heartstopper, these do feel like my besties. I love this story. I'm really enjoying it, and I think reading it alongside watching the show has like deepened my love for the characters, and I just feel like I know them so well now. So I've really enjoyed this. I'm so sad that it's done. I'm sure I'll reread them because they're so quick to read that I'm sure I'll give them like a glance here and there throughout the year, and especially when the new film or the new book comes out, so that I can kind of refresh my brain. But I've really enjoyed it. I super recommend. I would recommend reading trigger warnings if again it's something that you like to look at, just in case. I'm not gonna say them because I know some people consider them spoilers. If that's something you usually look out to because of specific things, I would recommend just having a look just in case. But I do think it is a beautiful story, and I love it. So yeah, I would definitely recommend. And it's just very different because like I said, it is a graphic novel, so it's just very different to anything I've ever read before. So I don't know, I'm really enjoying it, and I cannot wait for the next and last, sadly, installment coming out. I don't really know what this vlog was. I think it was just kind of like the kind of same vlog that we usually do, just kind of focusing on all the bookish things. I'm glad we got to go to the bookstore yesterday, and that I got to finish 2 books. That's so exciting. And it's only like the 4th of May, so that sets us for a really good reading month, hopefully. But I'm just really excited, and I think next I'm gonna read The Hunger Games, you guys, and I'm so excited to start that tomorrow. I love Katniss, I love her, and I cannot wait to read about her story. I want to know more about Peeta. Like, I feel like he would have been my first book crush if I had read it back then, so I'm really excited to get to meet him in, you know, in this way. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you're reading now down in the comments. What are you guys up to? And hopefully I will see you in my next video very soon. Bye.